On this video, I would be spilling the tea on how you can apply for Morocco visa. Hello people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new on here, my name is Blessing Williams. On my channel, I make beauty, fashion, lifestyle and travel videos. Today's video is going to be an interesting one. As you have seen in the description below, I would be giving you all the steps on how to apply for a Morocco visa. So I have written down the steps on my phone. I am just going to say that I have a lot of knowledge on Morocco visa, and I just don't have this knowledge by saying them. I have this knowledge by experiencing them. So I have been living in Morocco for the past 1 year and 3 months, although I moved to Morocco from Paris, France. So my first visa I applied to Morocco was done in Paris, but it was done on my Nigerian passport. Process is the same with Nigerian passports, although in some countries, example in the UK, if you are a resident of the UK, not a citizen, like if you're a Nigerian with a Nigerian passport but you have a UK residence, you do not need a stamped visa on your passport to travel to Morocco. You just need an e-visa online. So this is a different process compared to countries where you need to actually apply for the visa in an embassy. So I applied for my visa in Morocco Embassy, France. And I waited to make this video until I have more experience on how to apply for Morocco visa from Nigeria. So in December 2022, my mother visited me in Morocco from Nigeria, and I did all the visa application process for her. This year in April, a couple of my friends, including my best friend, visited me in Morocco, and I assisted them with the visa process. So I feel like I have a lot of knowledge on how to apply for Morocco visa from Nigeria. Why do I choose Nigeria? If you're watching this video and you're from another African country or another country who needs a visa to Morocco, I'm sure that similar would also apply for your country. I am focusing on Nigeria because I am Nigerian. This is the only passport that I have experience with. So if you are watching this video and you're from another country, you want to apply for a Morocco visa and you don't know how to go about it, keep watching. Some of the steps might help you, but you still need to contact the embassy and see what works for your country going to Morocco. If you are Nigerian, believe me, 101%, the steps I am going to share in this video would help you greatly. So guys, let's get right into the video. I have a list here. 15 Morocco visa requirements. Some of them are very self-explanatory. Some of them I would share more about them based on my experience applying for my visa, the experience of assisting my mother and my best friend with their visa application. So let's proceed to number one. The number one requirement for a Morocco visa is identical passport. The required size is 45 mm times 45 mm, colored on a white background. So we all know what a passport photograph is, but if you don't know what a passport photograph is, should you even be applying for a visa? Okay, I am joking. I do not judge. I believe that we learn every day. So this is a passport photograph. Do not use mine. Definitely take a passport of yourself. You need a photograph, 45 mm, and you need a photograph with a white background. So number two is a valid passport. So your valid Nigerian passport, your passport should have at least 6 months validity. If not, you can't get a visa and you can't even travel. Number 3 is your previous international passport. So what that means is that this is my previous international passport. You can see it's very, very old, and this is the current one that I use. And why it is necessary to submit your previous international passport as well is if you have a lot of travel experience. We all know that travel experience helps with visa application. So if you have a lot of experience, meaning you've traveled to other countries and the stamps or the visas from these countries were on your previous passport, you should submit your previous passport as well, because if you submit just your new passport, the embassy might not know that you've traveled before. And I will tell you something, Morocco is one country that is big on travel experience. When you are applying for a visa, the more travel experience you've had, the higher chances you stand in getting a Morocco visa. Now let's get to number 4. Number 4 is a self-introduction letter. So what is a self-introduction letter? A self-introduction letter is just a letter where you introduce yourself. Hello, my name is so, I do this, I do that. I think for my mother, I didn't use a self-introduction letter for her. She's like elderly, and sometimes requirements is different for everyone. Self-introduction letter is an optional requirement, but it is very, very important to have it, especially if you are young. With my best friend, we added a self-introduction letter, and I would say that it's actually helped him in getting his Morocco visa. Number 5 is certificate of incorporation for business owners. My mother also didn't use that because she doesn't have a business that is registered. She's a petty trader, so I didn't have any proof for a business requirement. If you are based in Nigeria and you have a business, meaning you have the CAC registration, when applying for your Morocco visa, you should include that. With my best friend, we added that because he's an entrepreneur and he had a business registration. Number 6 is a copy of your financial status for the last 6 months. What this means is your bank statement. This is a requirement for everybody. So in the case of my mother, we invited her. By we, I mean me and my husband. So because we invited her, we used our bank statement along with hers. So if someone is inviting you to Morocco and they are providing you an invitation letter, you are going to include their bank statement as well. But if you are coming to Morocco on tourism and you don't know anyone who lives there or anyone who is giving you an invitation, you're inviting yourself, you need to provide your 6-month bank statement. In this case, only yours is needed. You don't need to add the bank statement of another person. Number 7 is copy of vaccination card, yellow card to be precise. So you need your yellow fever card. You can get that in the appropriate office in Nigeria. You need to submit that, the original copy, when applying for your Morocco visa on the day of submission. Number 8 is marriage certificate if married. So if you're not married, you don't need to submit a marriage certificate. My best friend didn't use a marriage certificate, he got his visa. So this is an optional requirement, but if you're married, I would encourage you to put your marriage certificate in your application file. Why? The reason why visas get rejected is because most embassies just assume that when you're traveling to their country, you have no intention of coming back. I mean, it can be annoying because sometimes people actually travel for genuine reason. Not everybody travel for the reason of japa. People just want to go on vacation, they just want to enjoy. So when you include your marriage certificate in your visa application, you give the embassy proof that you have a family, you have a wife, you have children, whatever, and you're definitely going to come back to Nigeria. You're not traveling to permanently leave your spouse. Number 9 is birth certificates. So For birth certificate, it's a compulsory requirement for Morocco visa. When I was applying for my visa in France, I included my Nigerian birth certificate. So did my mother, so did my best friend. So this is compulsory. Number 10 is NIN slip. I know that NIN slip, my mother and my best friend, they add that in their application. For me, I didn't have that because I applied from France and I didn't have an NIN, and it was just not a requirement in France, Morocco embassy. Number 11, this is for employees. Introduction letter from your employer, signed with contact details, the purpose of visit, arrival, and departure dates. So this is like an NOC. So if you have a job, your boss can write you an introduction letter, basically an NOC. If you are an entrepreneur, this doesn't concern you. You don't need to provide this. Your personal introduction letter, meaning your self-introduction letter, which you have submitted in number 4, is enough. But if you have a job, you should definitely consider getting this 11th requirement. Number 12 is a working ID. So your boss is going to give you an NOC, an introduction letter. How does the embassy know that you actually work there? A proof of your working ID. Number 13 is a 6 months payslip. So we know that a 6 month bank statement is required in number 6, but number 13 is different from number 6 in the sense that number 13 is like your salary slip. Number 6 is your bank statement. They want to see everything you have done with your bank accounts for the last 6 months. Number 13 is just your salary slip. Number 14 is employment letter. So before getting your job, your letter of employment that you were given. This is a requirement that is optional, meaning it's not for everyone. So if you don't have an employer, then you don't need to use an employment letter. My best friend did not use this, neither did my mother, and neither did I, because come on, I don't have an employer. Self-made. Number 15 is travel insurance and flight reservation. I put both of them together because these two, they are very important requirements, and I made them number 15. So if you forget anything in between, you should not forget your travel health insurance, and you should not forget your flight reservation. So important thing to note, guys, is having your 15 requirements is just the file you need to submit at the embassy. But before the submission at the embassy, there are 2 important details that you must not forget. Number 1 is you have to make an appointment at the Morocco consulate in Abuja. Regardless of whether you're submitting by yourself or someone is submitting for you, you need an appointment to submit. Number 2 is a complete Morocco visa application form where you get to write your name, where you'll be staying. You fill all the details on the Morocco visa application form, and these 2 requirements, you can do them on www.consulat.ma. How do you go about your visa application? The Moroccan embassy is located in Abuja, Nigeria. That is the only Moroccan embassy that exists in the whole of Nigeria that I know of. So my mother lives in Lagos, my best friend also lives in Lagos, and a couple of friends that I wasn't involved in their Moroccan visa, but I know they visited me in Morocco and they had no issue with their visa application. They all live in Lagos. I actually knew only 2 people who live in Abuja, and these were the only people I know who went to the embassy themselves to submit their visa because they live in Abuja. So if you live in Lagos, you can send your passport as a parcel through someone or through a travel agent, and who lives in Abuja, and somebody can submit for you. If you have family, you have friends in Abuja, they can help you with submitting. So Morocco visa is a non-appearance visa, meaning you don't need your biometrics, so somebody can actually submit the application for you. And now I am going to share more light on the process of when you're being invited by someone. Like I said, I invited my mother to Morocco, so I had to provide an invitation letter. If someone is inviting you and they live in Morocco, I mean, someone cannot invite you to Morocco if they don't live in Morocco. Like, how does it happen? So only a citizen or a resident can invite you. So if I had just a visa in Morocco, I wouldn't have been able to invite my mother. I could invite my mother because I'm a Moroccan resident. So what I did is that I had to write the invitation letter and I took it to the prefecture, the police, basically the police station, for certifying documents, and I got the invitation letter stamped. I had to also provide my proof of accommodation, like my electricity bill or just anything that shows that I have a house in Morocco and my mother would visit me and she would stay with me. So these two requirements were very important because someone is inviting her. This also applied to my best friend, but I know that if you have no one inviting you to Morocco, in this case you don't need an invitation letter at all. You just need your self-introduction letter showing that you are going on vacation, you're coming for the purpose of tourism. You do need a proof of accommodation. In this case, you would use an hotel reservation or an Airbnb apartment reservation. You would include this in your application file. So guys, I feel like I have kind of like really touched the basics. To be honest, Morocco visa is very easy to apply. Now I am going to discuss the visa fee. The visa fee that I paid in France was 20 euros, and the visa fee for Morocco visa from Abuja is about 10,500 naira. And please note, you pay 10,500 naira as a visa fee if you're submitting yourself in Abuja. If you are sending your passport from Lagos to Abuja and someone is submitting for you, you have to understand that you're going to pay that fee. You're going to pay the fee of sending your passport. If you are using an agent, so basically you can have all your documents and you just need an agent who has an office in Lagos and an office in Abuja to help you with the submission. To each agent, their own price. If you have any other questions regarding Morocco visa, hit me up in the comment section. I would really love to help you. And I also have a video that I will be linking below. It's my how to apply for France visa. As I said, I moved from France to Morocco, so I know the process of applying for France and Schengen visa. So if you're planning to go to Europe soon, you want to apply for your visa without an agent, kindly watch that video as well. Thank you so much for being with me throughout this video. I hope the information helped you. Good luck to you, and do let me know when you come to Morocco so we can have some Moroccan tea and tagine. Bye.